Hey guys, Blaze of Firewolf here. This is the story video. This is how much I've written down. I'm gonna, just how many pages? There's about 3 pages. So I could do, a part, 2 of this. There's only gonna be 2, maybe I could fit as much as I could. But this is about Max. The story, I probably put maybe 3 hours or more or less trying to come up with an idea of a story of my first dragon for Sona. So, just take a restroom break, get your favorite drink, food, and enjoy a bit. I might do a part 2, but we'll just see how far I can get. I made about 3 chapters. I'll just go through the gist. Max James Wells, or friends during the war, best known as his nickname Jimmy, was a fearless fighter pilot during World War II. When he unexpectedly vanished while on a flight drill in the afternoon hours of January 21st, 1945. J. I now put the J in his name, like just Max J. Wells instead of his full middle name. Yep, Jimmy. Max James Wells. Date of birth, August 1st, 1917. Straight. His sexuality is straight. Likes action, flight, romance, wrestling. Dislikes blunt weapons. By blunt weapons, meaning like crowbars, bats. He likes melee, but he doesn't like blunt. Like bats, crowbars, hammers, sledgehammers, anything that looks like a blunt object, that can be used for, He was 27 when he was abducted. He was a husband, married, had 2 kids. David, age 2, and Susan, age 5. At the time of this, this was just the time when he disappeared, when he was abducted. Chapter 1, the story. Just note for fact, I counted like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 paragraphs. I don't know how far I will get, but I will read as much as I can. Chapter 1, the story. Max was a secret military pilot who admires the idea of flight and would do anything possible to do so. He got his pilot's license at age 18, but once 1939 arrived, he wanted to fight as a stealth fighter for his country. He spent 5 years for being a stealth fighter, and he had 1,500 hours of flight during his career. Until one fateful day on January 21st, 1945 at 4:30 p.m. Around 4 to 4:30 p.m. on January 21st, 1945, Max was scheduled to do a training mission when suddenly there was a yell over the radio, and what Max described would forever change him for the rest of his life. He said on the radio, this is quote unquote, "Something massive heading my way. Whatever it is, it's big, and it looks like a giant black lizard with wings." That was the description from the article at the time. The Dark Dragon from the 2005 cartoon on Disney XD at the time, if you guys are familiar with it. American Dragon. Him and the plane had collided with Max's plane. Luckily, just before impact, though, Max ejected his parachute just moments before the plane crashed into the Dragon. The crash had no effect on him, on the Dark Dragon. Then suddenly the Dark Dragon swooped down at Max, grabbed him, and that's when the Dark Dragon abducted him, took him to his lair with his shadow minions. Now, if you guys are very familiar with the Dark Dragon, you know that he has like lava, and then it looks like a giant cave. That's where Max was taken. That's where he was taken. Now, Chapter 2. The Dark Dragon's evil dark secret. I put evil and dark because I'm not really sure on what better word could work. Max was restrained to an autopsy-like table. A table that's could pretty much be considered a gurney for that matter. Then the Dark Dragon injected him with this tranquilizer, which made the Dark Dragon fall in and out of consciousness. But while this is happening, the Dark Dragon injected him with tranquilizer. As this was happening, the Dark Dragon, he himself did it. His shadow minions and other things had nothing to do with it, but he was the one who amputated his left arm, Max's left arm, which caused Max to scream in pain. But then the Dark Dragon dragged his... I put slashed, but I kind of felt maybe he should just do that. You know, the claw going through down to his right eye. Scarred, yeah. Slashed it. I wrote slashed, but I'm gonna say, what do you call that? Where it just gently claws at Max's right eye, which causes a permanent scar. Then said, "Don't you dare talk back to me like that again. If you do, I will eat you up before your arm tasted real... because your arm tasted real good. Now, if you do exactly what I say, you will live." But it's a consequence. Here's the next paragraph. After this horrible ordeal, Max replied, quote unquote, "Yes, master, yes, I will. I submit to you, Master Dragon." He doesn't even know the Dark Dragon. He doesn't even know his name. He just doesn't call him that. That's forever. He calls him Master, at least until he turns good. Just know for a fact that I based this character on Jake Long from American Dragon and the Winter Soldier from the Marvel Comics universe, MCU for example, for short. Then he says, "Good boy. Now just relax while I erase all your humanity." That's the thing. He's gonna erase all of his humanity. He'll still have his memory, but he'll be consumed with doing whatever he says. End quote. "From now on, you will be my dragon soldier." But then Max said, "But why are you doing this?" And this is what the Dragon Council and everything around the universe has no idea that the Dark Dragon is doing this. So this is pretty much a secret, away from prying eyes, especially from magic eyes. And this is quote unquote. This is what the Dark Dragon replied with, quote, I wanted to create an elite of dragon super soldiers. You are my number one test subject with this new serum, PDC, or Permanent Dragon Control, end quote. The magic community helped me create the permanent dragon potion, and any human who comes into contact with it through injection will be cursed to be a permanent dragon forever. No cure will ever be found. It can never be undone. Well, now here's chapter 3, The Change. The Dark Dragon then installed a robotic arm to Max made of adamantium. Now, if you're familiar with adamantium skeleton or adamantium claws like Wolverine or the skeleton or like Deadpool, that's what it is. A substance that's nowhere found in the magic community. This entire event was completely illegal to this magic community, but no one knew anything about Max and the pain he had to endure emotionally, nor does anyone know what the Dark Dragon has put him through. You know, you see that Jake Long is pretty much succeeding and trying to do his best to be the American Dragon. That's not what Max is. He used to be human, and you see him fall. You know, he's a tragic character, but then when it gets to the end, he starts to accept his fate being a dragon. They knew nothing, not even the Long family, nor the Dragon Counselor or community. Max was then injected with the quote-unquote PDC serum, which also contained adamantium liquid, which now made him into a deadly dragon force to be reckoned with. I added that because I think it would fit in his role well. Now, what I forgot to add while doing this is a comedy, because I know a lot of people laughed a lot when watching American Dragon. I've watched it countless times. The Disney XD cartoon American Dragon. There is comedy with Max. I just forgot to add it to the story. I could tell you at the end. Now the dragon soldier has a mission, and his mission is to use deadly force with the enemies that attempt to destroy the Dragon Council and magic community. He's pretty much like an assassin or a killer. The Dark Dragon trained him to be the best. You think that anyone would just train by themselves? Or, if you've seen the dragon community about the council, you know what I'm talking about. The Dark Dragon taught him everything, trained him to be the best soldier, assassin, and dragon he can be. The dragon soldier can now use guns, knives, and any other weapon he has. He has super strength, but the strongest part of his body was his new arm. That's now designed with fire and a symbol that means, quote unquote, an eternal flame. There's some insight. Most of the magic community doesn't believe he exists, but those that do call him the Dragon Soldier. From the Winter Soldier movie from 2014. If the moment, I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm sure you guys probably have seen a lot of Marvel. If you have, I've been watching Marvel for a long time. The bullets he uses for his guns are Soviet slug and are completely untraceable because there's no rifling. Eh, I added those together because I know in the movie the bullets that the Winter Soldier uses, untraceable, untraceable, no rifling, nothing can pinpoint him down. He's willing to kill anybody that dares to cross or attack him in his path. Before Max became the Dragon Soldier, he was very fluent with. This was when he was like trying to do college. When he was a human, he learned German, Russian, Japanese, and English. He is still able to speak those languages under the Dark Dragon's control. He has not been aging for 60 years because he has always been placed in. If you've seen how the Winter Soldier's been treated, then it's like that hibernation chamber once his mission is complete. Now I've got one page. Wow. I hope you guys liked the story so far. I'm going to be posting this on my Furry Mino, and please be sure to share it as well if you can. It's not going to be as long as my first video. It's better. I put a lot of hours and maybe days into this. Now this is the last chapter, Chapter 4, The End of Torment. For 60 years, Max has been killing Hunt's clan members left and right, even though deep down in his mind, this all has to stop soon. So on Valentine's Day 2005, things changed. He pretty much was going in this group trying to kill all these Hunt clan members, leave no witnesses, but there were witnesses. But it's not the witnesses you thought or expect. There was a fierce battle between the Hunt clan, the dragon community, and the magic community. This ended with many. This is more adult-like, unlike the cartoon where it's more child-friendly and comedy and funny. Not this story. This story is dark, tragic. It's, it's tragedy. The Hunt's clan magic community. This ended with many of the Hunt's clan retreating to the Hunt's clan academy, but that's when the dragon soldier murdered them one by one. However, Jake and Lao Shi, as dragons in their dragon forms, came in to try and save them. Because they're not cold-blooded killers. They don't kill anybody. They don't kill Hunt's clan. But Max does. Came in to try and save them. And then the dragon soldier retreated. But later on, Jake and Lao Shi knew that this was no ordinary dragon. And Lao Shi has the sense like he knows who this killer dragon is. The wording is a bit smaller. I wrote with like sharpening the pencil, and then it's like a tip. I had to write as small as I can. The next day, after school was over, Rose and Jake spent time together, a quote-unquote date, you might say. Suddenly, the dragon soldier interfered, and during the fight, he shot Jake on the right leg and the left wing. During these gunshots, you thought he was going to be killed. But just before Max was ready to kill Jake, until Lao Shi comes in to save the day. Once this fight was over, Max was unmasked, finally after 60 years, and Lao Shi now knows who exactly the dragon soldier is. And then Jake said, I wanted to add this because it's a cliche that happens a lot in the American Dragon. In the American Dragon, Jake always says, "Aw, man." Uh, yeah, it happens so often, you probably would have a drinking game with it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Yep, Jake then says, "Aw, man." Of course, because he finds out that it's a dragon, that's why he says, "Aw, man." Wait, Jimmy, Jimmy, is that you? Max didn't respond. He then suddenly pulled out his gun and was ready to shoot. Jake used his fire breath to melt the gun, but just after, Max also used his fire breath to make his escape. Now, how did he do it? Pretty much using his fire breath to lay like a straight line in front of them, not killing them, just doing a straight line, and that's when he makes his escape. However, this wasn't the end. Last paragraph. As the Dark Dragon was ready to have a battle with all of the Dragon Council, including the Long family, the Dragon Soldier came in. But as he was fighting the Long family, Max asked for help from from Jake and Lao Shi to try to rid him of this evil mind control. Because in his mind he still wants to kill anything that threatens the dragons. And pretty much he's doing exactly what the Dark Dragon tells him, under his control. Thankfully, this fierce battle is over, and Max is finally free from the quote-unquote hell that the Dark Dragon has put him through. Sadly, Max now has to live as a dragon for the rest of his life. Max now suffers from PTSD and has vivid nightmares of murdering Hunt's clan members through the years of being a dragon super soldier. He now lives within the Long family, with the Long family that cured him of his mind control. Lao Shi is now his part-time counselor and therapist. Now, why do I want him to do that? Because he was the one who unmasked him. Lao Shi unmasked him. Jake didn't do that, but he accepted. But he has to be supervised for the next 5 years until Max no longer remembers anything of the dragon soldier. He promises to be the best dragon he can be and swore an oath that he will never murder or assassinate another soul again. What I didn't add in this story that I forgot, camera's still playing. What I forgot to add is the comedy. The comedy of what I now thought about was in episode 20, I believe. Yeah, 20. 20, season 1, episode 20, in that old art style animation. That's what I wanted Max to be. That's what, you've seen me post a lot of, too. On Twitter. And Furry if you still use that. But yeah, I've done this on the date May 30th. May 30th, 2000, this year, 2021. What I forgot to add was the moment there's comedy. Unlike, this takes place just like not far after episode 20 when Jake is like Dragonfire. Not very long after that, there was more of that happening. But this time, Max is in there, but he keeps his secret. He's still under his control, under the Dark Dragon's control, but because he has like an earbud in his thing, he's fighting these other magic, creatures. Um, and the only thing he loses, if he ever loses, it's because the dark dragon keeps egging him, like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? I thought you were doing your job. You're supposed to be killing Hunt's clan or something like that. And Max is like, Master, this is not the right time. I'm getting my, getting kicked. Of course, he loses many rounds. The reason he loses is because, he's getting distracted. Distraction. That's the only thing that's been distracting Max, pretty much. What's been distracting him is the Dark Dragon. He's doing exactly what he tells him, and after his mind control's over, he still wants to do that. But yeah, that's it for the story. I hope you guys appreciate it. I added a lot more detail in like typing in the story and sending it to other friends, I could just show you I did fan art for the first time of drawing Lao Shi, Jake Long, and the Dark Dragon. So here's this before I end the video. It's been 26 minutes so far now. Now note, I keep trying my best on doing Lao Shi, because I've noticed that he's been a bit serpent-like when I draw him, but that's the best I can do of him. I know it might get better. I might try to draw him again at least once Wednesday. But here's what I did. I really wanted to keep that art style of Season 1, because I just love that art style, Season 1. Season 2 is better on plot. Season 2 is better on plot. The animation, the dragon design is too serpent-like. I didn't care about it. Now here's the comedic, I wanted to add some comedy for Max. It's not the best of. I'm kind of confused on which color exactly what the Dark Dragon is. I just know that he's like black, sleek, like shiny metallic black. But I'm not sure what the rest of him is. I couldn't tell if it was purple or pink. So I know it's a different color, but it's the best I could. Yeah, that's the comedy that I wanted to add for Max that I forgot to add in the story. That's it. I hope you guys like this video. I've been waiting a long time. It's actually the last day of the month, July 31st. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely turn on that notification bell to make sure you're subscribed, because I don't know if people are getting unsubscribed or not. But I haven't done a story like this in 3 years. Dang. But yeah, just stay cool, stay safe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.